Why women test men and what they're truly searching for. Have you ever had a woman suddenly pull away, start an argument out of nowhere, or say something that made you think, what's wrong with her? Well, it's likely she wasn't being crazy, she was just testing you. And what most men don't understand is that these tests aren't random. They're made to reveal exactly what kind of man you are. Stephanie here. Welcome to my channel. Here's what we'll talk about in today's video. First, I'll break down why women test men in the first place, the mindset behind it, and then I'll show you the most common tests women use and what each one is really checking for. Finally, I'll tell you how to pass these tests easily so she sees you as the man she can trust, desire, and respect. You ready? Let's begin. Why women test men. Let's tell the truth for a second. When a woman suddenly gets moody, challenges something you said, or changes the vibe from sweet to distant in 10 seconds flat, most men think she's being dramatic again. But what's really happening is more complex. She's not trying to start drama, she's checking your core. Women test men because at their core, we're built to seek security, not just the kind that locks doors at night, but emotional security. That means she wants to feel that when life gets tough, you won't crumble. So when she tests you, she's without thinking asking, can this man handle me? Can he stay calm when I'm emotional? Can he lead when I'm upset? It's all about feeling secure. See, attraction pulls her in, but trust keeps her there, and trust is built every time you don't lose your composure. Here's the surprising truth most men never get to hear. Women feel more attracted by a man's emotional stability than by how he looks. It's that steady, unbothered energy that tells her, no matter what happens, I've got this. That's what makes her relax. That's what makes her trust. And understand this, tests don't stop once she likes you. In fact, the moment she senses that she could actually be falling for you, the tests only increase, because now what she might lose is higher. She's, without thinking if I'm going to give this man my heart, I need to know that it's safe here. So when she questions your decisions, gives you attitude, or pulls away, it's not always a sign of rejection. It's often her way of asking you to prove that you're solid, not through words, but through your presence. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, the next time she throws a mini storm your way, your best action is to not react. Don't try to solve it, right? Just stand tall in your own power and let her see, this man doesn't give in. That's the moment her test will fail and her attraction will skyrocket. The most common tests and what they mean. So let's look at the most common tests she uses and what she's really trying to find out with these tests. The first one I'd like to share is called the attitude test. Everything's fine 1 minute, and then out of nowhere, boom, she's upset because you didn't reply fast enough or you said something that she says sounded rude. Here's the twist. She doesn't actually worry about the text or the tone. She might actually be testing your emotional calmness at this point. When she throws a little attitude your way, she's really saying, can I trust him not to crumble when I'm emotional? Can he still lead when I get upset for a second? And sadly, most men fail instantly when this happens. They start explaining, apologizing for things they didn't do, overcompensating, just trying to make things over. And in that moment, all she sees is weakness. What she wanted to see was leadership from you. The man who passes this test doesn't join her chaos. He calms it. He stays cool, lets her talk, and maybe even smiles and says, babe, you sound a little bit stressed. Talk to me when you've calmed down. You don't punish her, you don't give in either, you simply stay steady, and that's when her respect will begin. Test number 2 is the jealousy test. She'll mention a conversation like, oh, Chris, my coworker, says I look good today. You think she's just sharing the story, but she isn't. She's observing your reaction closely. This test is designed to expose insecurity. If you start asking her with questions, act jealous, or give her the silent treatment, you failed, because the message you send is, my sense of worth really depends on your attention. She doesn't want that. She wants a man who's so grounded that even if 10 guys compliment her, it barely affects him because he knows who he is. He knows she's lucky to be with him. The man who passes this test will say something like, well, Chris has good taste, and go back to doing his thing. That calm confidence is what makes her very attracted. The third test is what I call the attention test. She suddenly starts acting distant. Texts take longer, calls become shorter, you feel the anxiety coming in. So what do most guys do at this point in time? They panic, start trying hard. Hey, are you mad at me? Did I do something wrong? Well, good job if this is you. You just failed the test. She's not always pulling away because she's losing interest. Sometimes, and just sometimes, she's testing to see if your world will fall apart without her. She wants to know if you have self-control, if you'll respect her space or overwhelm her with neediness. The man who passes doesn't chase, he mirrors her speed, stays focused on his own life, and when she pulls back, he stays patient, unbothered, and maybe even a little mysterious if he wants. And that's when she starts wondering, wait, why isn't he chasing me? Suddenly, she's the one reaching out to him again. Test number 4, the boundaries test. Now, it might be her showing up late, flirting with another guy in front of you, or asking for something that clearly goes past the line. And this is the test that separates boys from men. If you let it happen thinking, I don't want to lose her, she'll lose respect for you immediately. Because to her, a man without boundaries is a man without a backbone. She can't trust him to lead or protect her. And when you calmly say, that doesn't work for me, and stand by it, without shouting or being mean to her, she will instantly feel something shift, that little bit of respect that says, okay, he's not a pushover. That's the kind of man that women stay loyal to. The 5th test is the emotional strength test. She hits you with words designed to sting. She says something out of frustration, something disrespectful or deeply hurtful, and she watches your face, waiting for a reaction. She wants to know if you'll get angry, sulk, or stand tall. Women have intense emotions, and sometimes they just need to know if you can handle that without falling apart. If you can stay calm, breathe, and say, I get that you're upset, but we don't talk to each other like that. If you do that, if you respond like that, she'll calm down faster than you think. You've just proven that you're emotionally mature. You've shown her that her chaos doesn't control you, and that's when she'll start to feel safe with you. Because a woman doesn't want to be the strong one all the time. She wants to feel that she can let go and you won't. Every time she throws attitude, distance, or drama your way, remember that it's not the specific event that matters. It's always, always, always your response. And that response tells her everything she needs to know about the kind of person that you are. Before we continue, make sure you watch this video all the way to the end because the most valuable insights on how to pass these tests are coming up. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share this video if you're finding it helpful so far. How to pass her tests easily. Now that you know why women test men and the kinds of tests they do, let's discuss how to pass them every single time without getting tired. I'll break it down. First thing you want to do is to stop responding quickly and start thinking before you act. What do I mean? So, you see, most men react mainly because they feel scared by the situation. She gets emotional, you take it personally. She gets cold, you panic. She gets distant, and your first thought is to chase. But when you react like that, you hand over your control on a silver platter, because emotional control is the most important masculine quality that you need to show at this point. A man who can stay calm while everyone else gets upset is uncommon, and it's strong, and it's attractive. So when she tests you, what you want to do is pause, breathe deeply, look into her eyes, and speak less. Let your calm energy do the talking. The second thing you want to do is to stay firm in your self-worth. You see, you can't pass her tests if your sense of worth depends on her praise. When she sees that your mood goes up and down based on her affection, she'll lose attraction because she understands you need her to feel okay about yourself. I can tell you this, no woman wants to take care of a man emotionally. The men who pass her tests know who they are, with or without her. They don't need to prove anything or chase attention. They simply live in confidence. And if she pulls away, they let her. If she gives attitude, they don't mirror it. That's silent dominance. Not arrogance, but being sure. When you're sure of your worth, you can walk away from any circumstance that does not respect it. That's when the woman you're with will realize that she can't play games with you. The third thing you want to do is to keep your frame. What is it? Well, your frame is your inner self, your standards, your emotional steadiness.
Lose it, and you let her energy manage you. And if you keep it, you manage the tone of every conversation. You see, women tend to question men's frames often, and it's not because they hate you, but sometimes they want to just feel that you're steady. And when she jokes with you or does not agree, don't get protective. Just keep eye contact, stay relaxed, and maybe even give a strong grin. She'll say something like, "Oh, you're so full of yourself." A guy will panic and say, "Oh no, I'm not." You pass the test by saying, "Well, if this is bad, you should see me on a good day." You keep your frame. And now she's laughing, pulled back into your energy. You didn't explain or make excuses, you didn't argue, you guided the moment with humor and confidence. Women feel safest and most attracted to men who can lead emotionally, even in stressful times. That's how you turn her tests into things that attract her. Remember, every test is a chance. If you see tests as rude, you might be missing the point, because I believe that tests are calls. Every time she throws a little storm your way, she's giving you a moment to show her your strength. So instead of getting annoyed, start seeing her tests as times to show your calm control. When you remain calm, she feels something she rarely feels, secure enough to relax. That's when the barriers drop. That's when her trust builds and her desire begins to grow. Because nothing makes a woman more attracted than a man who can handle emotions without losing control of his own. When she tests you, she's not trying to hurt you, she's trying to understand you. She's asking, are you a man I can rely on, or just another boy acting like one? How you handle the moment chooses everything. Hey, if this is relating to you, press that like button. It really tells me that you want more real, honest content like the type that I create on this channel. And if you've ever had a woman test you out of nowhere, write a "yeah, that happened" in the comments and let me see how often this happens. So everyone, I guess what I'm saying is, when a woman tests you, it's not an attack, it is an invitation. And I really want you to remember that. An invitation to enter your power, to show her the kind of man that you know you are. If you can be trusted with her emotions, her heart, her troubled times, My name is Stephanie. Hope you learned something from the video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. I will meet you in the next one. Thank you.